Yeah. So yeah, there's a rise and fall of all this shit.
Ben, the first thing I wanted to ask you about was the heat here this weekend at Infineon. Obviously, they're having record temperatures here. What's your feeling and how you're going to approach this weekend's race with the heat?
You know, with the heat, you definitely got to stay hydrated. It's definitely difficult to do that. You know, other than that, being hot, being a real physical track, most important thing is just keeping the fluids in you the whole weekend. And if you've got fluids in you and you have a pretty good training regimen, which, I mean, if you're any factory rider, if you're trying to win races, you should. I mean, the races are only 42 minutes long. I mean, if you're sitting there complaining that you're getting fatigued in 42 minutes and you're a professional athlete, it's not so good, you know. You might not be as strong some days or whatever, but, you know, you shouldn't be exhausted. It should be hard work and then trying to get the fluids back in you after that. So this is definitely tough, you know, with it going to be 95, 100 all weekend, and it's the most physical track that I've ever raced on. You know, it's pretty difficult, but, you know, all you can do is stay hydrated, and, you know, your fitness coming in will tell the story. And if your bike's working pretty good, you should be able to, you know, put it up front, which we're going to try to do.
How about the issues with the motorcycle, tires, so on and so forth with this heat, the extra stresses that puts on it? Is that something you have to think about?
Yeah, you know, it's kind of the same for everybody. It's going to be slippery. Just how your bike can respond to it, how your bike responds to it on lap 20. I mean, the most important for me in the way the racing's going right now is to make that bike, you know, it's definitely not going to be as fast as it was, and it's not going to handle the same, but to be better than whoever you're racing lap 15 in the end, you know. So that's what we're going for. And we didn't get to test here, dude. You know, we had a little bit of a surgery in the off season and we missed a few tests, but you know, I think we're going to be okay. We got a good test at Utah last week and was quick there, so obviously it's not so much learning the track. So luckily I've been on a bike in the past couple weeks, so I should just jump right back in it. And when everybody tested here, it was, you know, a good 30 degrees cooler, so it really doesn't mean too much. So we're just going to give it everything we got this weekend. I think we're 19 or 20 points back, I don't know. Pretty much to get back in the championship, it's going to take nothing but perfection for 4 races. And if we can do that for 4 races, we'll be back in the championship. But, you know, saying that, that's a difficult feat to do. So, but it's possible, so that's what we need to do right now.
Yeah. Okay. You swept Infineon in 2006, the Superbike race. You were runner-up in both the rounds last year. How do you like your chances this year against, you know, obviously against Matt and trying to catch him the points at this track?
You know, my chances need to be really good right now. It's been a good track for us. Actually, I guess we had a pretty good statistic I learned yesterday that we're the only person I think that's won in every single class here. So we've had good, you know, a few wins here and obviously been pretty successful. But last year wasn't so good. We flat out got outrode one race, and the other race we had a bit of a problem. You know, so it's we need to be fast. We need to not make mistakes. And last year I think would have been really good, but we crashed a bike I was really comfortable on, and couldn't quite get going, you know, where we needed to be on the second one. So it was just our fault really. So it's going to be a good track. We need to be fast. We need to win races right now. And you know, we had a real good run here in 06, and I think we could have been a little closer in 07 if we wouldn't have kind of tossed that bike away. But you know, it's game time now, and we got to, you know, keep our head down and push really hard.
What type of challenges does Infineon Raceway present?
Man, it's difficult. You know, Monday, Tuesday after this weekend, you're gonna be in a lot of pain, and you know, it was like last year. It didn't affect me on the bike at all, but your muscles get so tight and get, you know, just from the whole weekend that like it kept pulling a rib out of place on me. It popped back in, you know, my chiropractor would get it back in, and just one session from wrestling the bike it popped back out. So it's just a really physical track, and it's a rider's track. I mean, you gotta, if you're gonna be fast here, you're basically, the bike's throwing you around, you're trying to throw the bike around for 26, 28 laps, however hard it is. And if you do it right and you ride like you need to win here, you're pretty much falling off the bike at the end of the race, and you know, going to take a cold shower. So it's difficult, but same for everybody. So it's whoever gets their bike working and can ride that pace the whole race.
The Bay Area has a rich tradition in motorcycling, motorcycle racing. A lot of top racers have come from around here. How do you like performing here in front of the fans that seem to be really knowledgeable in this area of the country?
Yeah, that's what I have noticed. The fans definitely about the same amount of fans I'd say about it as everywhere else we go to, but they know a little bit more about it, and they come here on their test days and stuff like that. So I've always liked riding around here, and you get a lot of support. You can just definitely tell, a couple guys are in front of you on a parade lap, and there are a couple guys behind you, and as you're riding, and as soon as you look up and throw them a little wave, you see the whole grandstands light up. So it's pretty cool, and they definitely like watching, and I like racing here. So it's hopefully we can use the fans to us and then put in some good results.
You seem to have made a good connection with the fans over the years. What do you think? Where do you think that comes from? That the fans seem to really enjoy it when you do well.
I don't know. It's there's always different factors. Maybe just I was a younger kid that followed it, and was a fan of it, and other people just might want to cheer for some other guy to win instead of the other guy. So I might have gained a lot of fans. Maybe if my arch rival was somebody like Miguel, I might not have gained so many fans, but a lot of people in the paddock just want to see me win just because they would rather me win than other people. So it's just riding hard, and like I said, when it's a good feeling when the fans really like you and really want you to win and are pulling for you, and so are your fellow AMA racers that aren't quite up there for the win when they're pulling for you, and everybody wants it to happen.